Everyone, it's Lisa here from Dyslexia Daily, and I'm here doing a Facebook Live today. In Australia, it is the 27th of December. So I've had Christmas, it was fabulous. We had Boxing Day, and I actually went shopping with my daughter for the Boxing Day sales, which was an experience, I have to say, but a bit of fun too, because we always have a bit of fun, and then we stop and have a break and have a meal together, and it's always it's a lot of fun because I'm a bit of a people watcher. So today's topic, our Facebook Live's topic, is all about something that is very near and dear to my heart, and that is something that I think all of us should at times be involved with, and that is random acts of kindness or being involved in some kind of charity work. And this is a great time of the year to do those kinds of things. So let me give you an example of a random act of kindness, because I am big on these. I basically look for opportunities to help people out. So people who need an extra hand or something from me, or a way in which I can help people that they wouldn't normally have offered. So I'll give you an example. So about 2 months back, I was at the doctor's surgery and I was waiting for my doctor's appointment to come up. And I was waiting, and I had one of those doctor surgeries where sometimes you go in and you don't wait very long, and other times you go in and you can wait 45 minutes. Anyway, I was sitting there and I was watching, and I could see an elderly couple, and I think, if memory serves me correctly, they were Italian, so their English wasn't fantastic. So they were standing near the entrance of the doctor's surgery, which is a really big medical facility. And I could see that he had a white cane, so he was vision impaired, and I could see that she was really quite elderly. So they were an elderly Italian couple. Anyway, I watched them, and they just didn't, something wasn't quite right with them, and I didn't know what it was, but I decided I would just sit and watch and see what happened. Anyway, my doctor's appointment came up, so I went in and saw my doctor and came out, and they were still there. So I thought, well, I'll go and ask them what's happening and if they need some help. So I went across and I said, look, I've just noticed that you've been here for about an hour, and I'm just wondering if there's anything I can do to help you. You look like you're waiting for something. And they said, the lady said to me in broken English, she said, we're waiting for a taxi and our taxi hasn't turned up. And she said, I need to get my husband home. He needs to have his rest and he needs his medication that's at home. And I said, well, where do you live? And she said, well, we live, and it was really only about 2 kilometres from where we were at the doctor's surgery, but they had no way of getting there. So I said to her, do you think it would be okay if I drove you home? And she said, I don't know, like, would you do that? And I said, of course I can. It's only a little bit out of my way, and then you get home and you can rest and you don't have to worry about waiting for a taxi that's not going to turn up. And she's like, okay. She said, I'm not sure if my husband, do you have a low car? I don't think my husband can get into a low car. He's got very bad knees. And I said, well, no, I've actually got a family people mover. So how about I pull up out the front and you can bring your husband down and you can hop in. Anyway, I drove them home, and it really wasn't very far. In fact, it wasn't far from where my parents actually live, in the same suburb. And I dropped them off, and they wanted me to come in and have, a cup of coffee and some biscuits and cake. And I said, no, thank you so much, but I can't come in today. I've got to race off and do a few things. And as parents, as you all know, you're often busy doing things. So I said, I'm more than happy to have driven you home. It was really easy. I didn't mind at all. And I hope you have a really good rest of your day. So I drove home, and I went home, and I thought, how easy was that to take the stress away from those people and just make their life a little bit brighter and just lend a helping hand. So that's what I call a random act of kindness. I remember her saying to me, what can I do for you? What can I give you? And I said, you know what I want you to do? I want you to pay it forward. I want you to find somebody else who one day could need you to do something out of the blue for them, something out of the ordinary, where you can step up and just make somebody else's day bright. And she promised me that she would do that. So that is what paying it forward is all about, and that's what random acts of kindness are. So if you've got a random act of kindness that you've done, I want you to tell me a little bit about it in the bottom of this Facebook Live in a post. But I also want to let you know that the festive season is a time of great joy and happiness for many people, but for others it's not. It's a time of angst and anxiety, and families aren't always cohesive and productive and together, and people can be really lonely at Christmas time, particularly when everyone else is seemingly out there having such a great time. So there are some great charities. So if you would like to step up and do something in your local community, there are some really great community agencies. Where we live, there's one called Don Care, and I read about them in my local paper, and you can ring them up and you can do things for Don Care. They run opportunity shops, they run services for people who have had domestic violence in their life, they offer comfort for people who are stranded in their homes and don't have their company, they collect food, they collect resources for refugees, and I bet if you did some Googling, you could find something like Don Care in your local community where you could step up. Now, how does this all relate to children with learning difficulties? Well, children with learning difficulties are so often overwhelmed with everything that's going on in their life. It's all about them, it's all about their struggle, it's all about everything that's happening for them. But the thing is that children with learning difficulties and dyslexia can often be incredibly empathetic, insightful human beings. And the one thing that you can do for them is you can teach them to, it's not all about them all the time. And sometimes it's about taking what we've got, which is our amazing skill sets and our happiness and our laughter and our ability to make things happen, and actually go out and step out and do something for other people. So charity work as a family is a great way for your child to define themselves differently, if just for a little while, and they then become the helper, they become the carer, they become the person who's made a difference in somebody else's life, and all of a sudden the whole world and everything in it is so much bigger than all the issues that they are dealing with every day. So doing charity work and encouraging our children to do charity work is a great way to help our children define themselves differently, so they can be productive, they can be constructive, committed community citizens. There's helping out in lost dogs' homes, there's little random acts of kindness, there's helping the person who lives next door out with some gardening. There's all these things that you can do. If you just look, you'd be amazed how many there are. So I hope you have a fantastic day, and I look forward to spending more time with you over this festive season and talking to you about lots more things, not just learning difficulties and dyslexia and all the things that go with it, but also about little things that you can do to help your children redefine who they are, where they're heading, and the sort of impacts that they can have. So have a fantastic day, everybody, and I will see you next time. Bye for now. Now I've just got to work out how to switch off my Facebook Live. There.